So we just walked down the boardwalk, and now we are going to walk back along the beach and do a lot of 360s in the process, just to give you an idea what it's like to be here. Today is November the 12th, and I realize that a lot of people, you know, probably like in Chicago and Boston, are probably hating me right now because of how cold it must be up there. But hey, there's no reason why you can't, you know, take a weekend off or a week off and come over here. It's absolutely beautiful. And a lot of people out here enjoying the water. It's very cool. And I'm on the very edge of it, and I've already gotten, you know, about 3 inches above my knee drenched. So these little waves, don't be mistaken, these little waves pack a little punch. And like I said, with the Park Mobile app, you can park on the side streets of Hollywood Beach, and it's, I believe, $4.35 an hour, which is very reasonable. And you don't have to park in parking structures, which I really hate, because then you're like on the 5th floor and you got to deal with like old elevators and stairwells that smell like a bunch of different things, and it's just a better way to go. And one thing about sightsoundsflavors.com is that I like deals, you know? I'm not cheap, but I like deals. I like rideshare, I like public transit. A lot of people that come down here, though, you know, they're very much about vanity, you know, and so they're not going to take, you know, a Metro Mover, a Metro Rail, a Tri-Rail. But you know what? I mean, just because you're visiting somewhere as a tourist doesn't mean that you have to basically get robbed, you know what I mean? Because a lot of the taxis, for example, much like, you know, the old movies, they'll take you the farthest way possible to get as much money out of you, you know what I mean? And you're really at their mercy. So when you do like a rideshare situation, you know exactly where you're going, what you're going to pay, you decide how much you tip, and that sort of thing, you know what I mean? How are you liking the ocean?
It's amazing.
It's nice, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, where are you from?
Russia.
You're from Russia, very cool. And so the other thing is you're going to meet a lot of cool people from a lot of different countries, because again, Miami is a very, very international city. Where I think a lot of people get it, you know, mistaken is that it's not international only when it comes to Latin America. There's a lot of Russian here, Ukrainian, there's a lot of Asian, a lot of Indian. It really is a melting pot of cultures. So when you come down here, you're going to be able to experience a lot of things that maybe you didn't think you would in South Florida. Now, I don't like calling this Miami because it's not. It's not even in the same county as Miami. Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, they've got their own very unique thing going. But to a lot of people from outside of this area, they would call this Miami as well. So, but when I say South Florida, I mean Miami, Fort Lauderdale, everything. Good morning. So, and it's just like endless beaches. And these are all public. So anybody can come in and enjoy. There are some private beaches, like for example, there's a community called Golden Beach, which is basically a city of mansions. And they have a lot of private beaches. So, but the thing about that though is they'll be gated, I believe. There's going to be a lot of signs. So I don't think it's really anything you should concern yourself with. I love the lifeguard stations with the palm trees in the background. And unlike California, the palm trees here are native. They're not like planted here and taking up a bunch of water. They're native to here. Got a helicopter above, and that could be anything. That could be a helicopter tour, a news chopper. Who knows? Who knows? You got a plane over there because Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International is there. That's where I flew in. 90% of the time, that's where I fly in. You can also fly into Miami, but Miami International is honestly just way too crazy for me. Good morning, how are you? And like I said, the prevailing responses are going to be, you know, nice back, silence, a little stare down, but nobody has said anything like even remotely rude, which is great. It's probably why there's not a lot of First Amendment audits from South Florida, I think, because people just happen to be a lot nicer here. But they're also very accustomed to cameras. There's cameras everywhere here. So, as you can see, the water here in my sandals, the water is very clear. It's nice and cool. And I'm just digging it. Now, you got the, those are like seagulls that you can see they're flying in a line, a perfect line. And I'm not zooming in only because they're gonna fly faster than I can zoom, and a lot of people complain that when I zoom it drives them nuts. As you can see, a lot of people have umbrellas, which I would recommend. Since this is a public beach, you're gonna have to bring your own or buy your own. Please, folks, do not bring these things from New England or out west. It's gonna cost you a fortune to bring on the plane. Just buy it here. I'll tell you something else. Some people will be like, well, if I buy it here, what am I gonna do? Bring it back? No, give it to somebody. Be a high roller, you know what I mean? Be cool. Buy it, and then when you're done with it, look for someone on the beach that doesn't have it and say, hey, do you want it? That's kind of like paying it forward in a way. Like when people go to the drive-thru and they just buy the next person's drink, I would say that that's the same. Only it's probably a lot more than a coffee, you know? But you try to bring that on a plane, it's gonna cost you an absolute fortune. And again, the water is just absolutely beautiful. Now, there are parts of the year where there's something in Spanish that we call aguas malas, which means bad water, but it's like a jellyfish, and they sit on top and they'll give you one nasty sting. I don't see any of them now, and when they're out, they'll usually put warnings up. So that's a good thing. But right now, the water's clear and it's really, really nice. And I'm doing my best to keep my footing because these waves are pretty strong. Good morning. What is that, a coconut? Yeah, can I get you on? Can I say hi?
Hi.
Where are you from?
Here, Hollywood.
From Hollywood, but are you from another country?
Yeah.
Where?
Lithuania.
Where?
Lithuania.
Lithuania, very cool. So, like I said, I don't know what she was carrying. It looked like a coconut or something, but so we've talked to a really nice young lady from Lithuania, another really nice young lady from Russia. There are a lot of Russians in Hollandale, which is the city right next to Hollywood, south of Hollywood. And but like I said, it's just very, very international and just a lot of nice people. I can't recommend South Florida enough. And actually, having been raised down here, this is the first time I believe that I walked on Hollywood Beach. I've walked on Hollywood Beach by Ocean Walk, which is like the mall, but this is way past that. So I've never actually been to this park. So how's it going? We'll do a 360. As you can see, we started about half a mile down that way. So we've done a good amount of walking. How's it going? The water cold? No? Not too cold, huh? I think it's cold. But I'm from Kentucky and I'm not used to, I think the last time I went to the beach was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So to me, this is all very new still. And the crazy thing about it is when you grow up in South Florida, people always automatically assume that you go to the beach every day. You know what I mean? I lived 15 minutes from this. From the age of 5 to the age of 22, I went to the beach probably less than 100 times. So it isn't that we don't like going to the beach, it's just that when you have this, you take it for granted, you know what I mean? But when you live, you know, like in Nebraska or New Hampshire or something, you know, this is like the coolest thing ever. So it really just depends. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching the waves, and we got to talk to a few pretty cool people. Got to see seagulls and a lady with a coconut and a whole bunch of stuff. So, oh, you know what? I kind of want to go up to where that boat is at over there, because that does look kind of cool. I hope it doesn't fall off the boat. That looks like what happened. So, I don't know if you guys got to see that. We got a lot of seagulls, and like I said, I would highly recommend you guys getting like a beach chair and a umbrella, definitely sunscreen, definitely something to drink. Don't be fooled, guys, just because it's quote-unquote fall, it's still summer down here. So make sure that you have enough to drink. How's it going? Good morning. So she's running. Good job. You're running in the sand. That's awesome. Yeah, she gave me a thumbs up. That's cool. Guys, running in the sand is way harder than running on pavement or grass. You have natural resistance built into this sand, and for me, I'm getting quite a workout because it's not just walking in the sand, I'm walking in the sand and water. So I'm getting like double trouble. But I'm also staying cool all throughout, because every 10 seconds I'm getting hit with like 70-degree water, 60-degree water. It's not cold, but it's cool. So there you got the lifeguard station again, and more palm trees, and that water. I mean, that water is just fantastic. So, and you got boats like way out there in the distance. So, usually the most I would swim would probably be like maybe like 30 feet, 40 feet. I wouldn't go too far away. These lifeguards can probably go and get you as far out as probably like 200-300 feet, but once you start going out that far, I think they'll start blowing the whistle at you. You can do this as well, a tent, but I feel like a tent kind of, I don't know, I feel like it takes too much of the beach away, at least in my opinion. But you know, to each their own kind of thing. How's it going? Now that lady had a full-on nose and face mask and sunglasses. So I think that's a little bit much. Hi there, you little cutie. Got all these little birds and such. So there's the, you gonna make it? Oh, he made it. Nope, he fell again. It's hard. It's hard to stay. It's hard to stay on a little boat like that because the water is just really, really aggressive. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed Hollywood Beach. Actually on the beach, in the beach. For sightsoundsflavors.com, please like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to share this video on your social media feeds. Just copy and paste the link, and we'll see you for the next one.